Hi troops, Grant here for Grant Designs. Just to talk to you about the video I did about making one of my little yachts. This is Skyline. She doesn't have a lot of detail in her, it's more an interpretation of a yacht sailing along. The next one does. This one normally takes me about 15 to 20 hours to make. The next yacht took me 52. So I thought I'd do a video of it, see what you think. If you like it, like it. If you'd like to subscribe as well, that'd be fantastic. And we'll see how we go. Thank you. Okay troops, the project today is to make that into that. Let's get going. Okay guys, we have the whole profile done. You can see that it's quite a curvy hull. I think that'll work. And the base, because it's a 1720, it has an open cockpit. So yeah, I think I might drill a hole for the mast now and get that in, so that's in, and then put the hull on, I think. Yeah, watch this space. Okay, so now the mast hole is cut. I have a piece underneath there, you can't see probably, that the mast steps into. So now I'm just trying to work out the angles. I want her to have a bit of heel, but not a lot. She's going to have a Jenica up, so I think when they're sailing they sort of heeled, and also the stern squats a little, so I'm going to put a little raise in the bow. Cockpit's all welded in. I've just a box to put in here. I've also got to do a place for the rudder. The bar goes across the transom there, and yeah, we'll keep going and see what happens. Okay guys, we're just trying to get a bit of shape into the hull here. You can see that's a nice bit of curvature on the aft end. We work with 2 mil, so it's really hard to get a decent curvature in it without getting dents and that sort of crack. I tried using 1.5, but it really just doesn't work. But yeah, we're sort of getting there, I think. Oops. Okay, that's one side welded on. Just got to do the bottom around the base of the hull, and I just tack these on. I normally just tack and then grind down to just the weld the shown, and then go on and with a quite high amperage to get a good, because I want a nice round on those edges. So I've got to blend everything in nice and hot without disforming everything and ruining my day. No pressure. Okay, so that's the deck welded on. It's just rough now, don't worry about it, it'll be beautiful when it's finished. Just a quick tip, if you're joining 2 bits, tack at a lower amperage than you're actually going to weld. If you don't do that, what you're going to end up is little nips all the way along, and you'll see them and it'll wreck your head. So I've gone in quite strong there because I want a nice rounded edge. I don't know if you can see it. It's kind of nice. It's getting there. So we'll just tap down around here a bit, trim that, try and get a bit more of a hull shape into here. And yeah, getting there. Only 2 burnt fingers, so I couldn't do it today. Doing good. Okay guys, I have the hull welded on. I'm pretty happy with the shape. Now it'll take a bit of polishing, but yeah, pretty happy with that. Yep. Bit of work goes into these babies. Okay, So the plan this morning is mast hole is drilled. I've got to put the bowsprit on, so I've got to figure out how to do that. I think I have a plan. There's a bit across the stern here to take the rudder, so we'll get that bit made up, get it welded in, get the rudder on. This guy wants shrouds, so I'm going to probably drill 2 holes there and tap it. So we'll get on with that and we'll see how we go. I won't show you all the cutting and grinding because that's boring, but we'll check it in a bit. Okay guys, we have the bowsprit goes in there. Make a fitting up, because if I welded that to that, I was going to get distortion on this bit. So I'm pretty happy with that. I have the shrouds, they're going to be sexier, but just to see how we're doing. Got the rake and the mast. It's going to be difficult to put the main on anyway, and the piece of the transom for the rudder. Yay, just got to figure out now how to put the mast on with the curvature in the mast, because when you tilt it, it'll be different. More head scratching. Okay guys, we're working on the spreaders now. I have them pretty good. I just got to tack them on and then shape them a bit. Then we work on the boom, and there's meant to be like a folded jib because she's going to have a gennaker off that bowsprit. So I just made that up. Now the forestay will go through that, so it needs to be trimmed a bit, but yeah, it sort of looks like a folded jib because they're just chucked up there really, like they're not pleated or anything. Well, that's what I reckon. Okay, so we have the jib done. I'll have to take that off again. Everything has to be taken apart, polished, etc. But I jumped ahead a bit because there's a lot of head scratching going on. I have the boom. The main sits into the boom, and because the mast has a curve on it, I couldn't attach the mast to the sail, because when you turn it the angle changes. So the mast has the spreaders on, so I have the sail hanging off the spreaders, and then it sits into the boom, so that means that he can move the sail and the mast doesn't move and the angle stays the same, and happy days. Lots of little details going into it now, so yeah, we just got to work on the gennaker now, and the gennaker is going to come from the end of the bowsprit, big, sort of like a spinnaker job, back down again and curve up, and that's going to be in copper. I just make my life easy. Let's go. Thought you might be interested in this. I have the gennaker made out of copper, but I just needed a bit of extra strength on corners here because I'm going to weld on a small bar. Now welding a small bar to the copper will be a nightmare. So what I've done is I've welded on 2 little plates on each corner. I'll round them off, and then I can weld the 4mm bar onto the stainless sections pretty easily. So yeah, lovely colours in that. We're getting there. I obviously grooved out the stitch lines because, yeah, I'm a nightmare. Okay, we'll talk soon. Okay, we've got it all apart now, and we're just going to lacquer. That's the first coat of lacquer on the gennaker. You've got to lacquer the copper because as soon as you touch it, it just leaves a mark and it oxidizes really quickly. So sand it with gloves on, wipe it down, first coat on, not bad. Okay guys, it's polish and put together time. I've decided to polish the deck on this one because she's quite low freeboard, and and I think it would look better with the brushed satin cockpit. Be rudder going on here, polished. Yeah, I think that'll look good. Over here I have the main ready to go. The boom is polished. The folded sail, I'm just brushing in different directions to give it a bit of depth. Yeah, excuse the mess on the desk. Cleaners had the year off. Okay guys, we're starting to put back together again now. I put the rails on. They're on a 1720. It does make it. They were a bit of a nightmare, but sure. Such is my life. And there's the rudder. It's on. It just needs to be polished up. So we're starting to put together, which is great. Okay, we're all done. I have a bit of adjustment to do on the mainsail there, but she looks pretty good. In all her glory. So we have the Jenniker lacquers. We have the folded jib on the deck. Little hatch, shrouds, railing, boom, rudder, transom. Yeah, pretty good. Hope you like that. If you have any questions, drop a comment below. I'll answer every single one. If you'd like to see more videos of stuff on my website, grantdesigns.ie, give me a shout and we'll go from there. Thanks.